Good morning. It's Miss Franklin with Colts Corner, and I thought I would share with you a video reading a book, Miss Toggle's Zipper by Robin Pulver, illustrated by R.W. Alley. So with the cold weather that we're having today, and because we're having NTI Day number 2 here in Harrison County, I thought I'd read us a cute book about a zipper and how it can get caught. When Miss Toggle's children arrived at school in the morning, they changed in the hall from their boots to their shoes. When the bell rang, they picked up their boots and book bags and marched along to their room. They stuffed boots and bags into their cubby holes and hung up their coats. Then they sat down at their desk. "Good morning, Miss Toggle," the children said in their best morning voices. "Good morning, class," said Miss Toggle in an unusually grumpy voice. Now, Miss Franklin's never grumpy, right? Then the children noticed that Miss Toggle was still wearing her coat, the big, puffy, fuchsia-colored one that she got for Christmas. "Miss Toggle," yelled Joey, "you forgot to take off your coat." "I didn't forget," said Miss Toggle uncomfortably. "I can't take it off because the zipper is stuck. I'm afraid it's going to be a long, hot day." "How'd the zipper get stuck?" Nina asked. Miss Toggle fanned her face. "How does any zipper get stuck? First, a tiny bit of cloth gets caught in it. Then you pull and keep pulling a little too hard. And before you know it, you're trapped in your coat like a hand in a cookie jar." The children gathered around Miss Toggle's desk to see for themselves. "Yep," said Joey, "that zipper sure is stuck." The others nodded. "What's worse," said Miss Toggle, "is the thingamajig is gone." "The what?" said the children. "You know, the thingamajig that you pull the zipper up and down with. Mine is lost." "Oh," groaned the children. They all thought happily about their own coats hanging on hooks with their zippers open and the thingamajigs still on them. So what's Miss Toggle's last name? Toggle. "Maybe we can help," said Caroline. "It's worth a try," said Miss Toggle. Miss Toggle braced her feet on the floor. She leaned forward in her chair and held out her arms. Some children grabbed one sleeve, some the other sleeve. Paul and Nina grabbed fistfuls of collar. "Now!" yelled Miss Toggle, and everybody pulled. And everybody landed with thuds and bumps in a heap on the floor. Miss Toggle's collar was as far as her nose, but no farther than that. Paul wanted to get busy learning the times tables. "Miss Toggle," he said, "let's go to the nurse's office. Maybe Miss Schott can help you." Now, this kind of shot is not the kind like you get a shot. So Miss Toggle and the children trudged down to the office of Miss Schott, the school nurse. When Miss Schott saw Miss Toggle's hot red face, she reached for the thermometer and popped it into Miss Toggle's mouth. Miss Toggle shook her head. "Don't talk with a thermometer in your mouth," said Miss Schott sternly. "I'll telephone your mother." Mumbled Miss Toggle. "Mouth closed," ordered Miss Schott. So what do you think she said when she had the thermometer in her mouth? Nina spoke up. "She's not sick and she doesn't live with her mother because she's a grown-up. Miss Toggle is hot because she can't get her coat off. The zipper's stuck and the thingamajig is lost." "Then we must pull it off," said Miss Schott. "Oh, we tried that," Paul said. "This time we'll add a bandage," the nurse answered. "Bandages make boo-boos better. But first, Miss Toggle, you must take that thermometer out of your mouth." Miss Schott stuck a bandage on the zipper where the thingamajig was supposed to be. Then she pulled, and the children pulled, and they all ended up with thuds, bumps, and bangs on the floor of Miss Schott's office. Miss Toggle's collar was as far as her nose, but no farther than that. Miss Schott shook her head. "I must call the principal. He'll know what to do with you." The principal, Mr. Stickler, left important matters on his desk to hurry to the nurse's office. Mr. Stickler frowned when he saw Miss Toggle. Miss Toggle, it's against school rules to wear your coat all day. I am sorry, said Miss Toggle, but I can't take my coat off. The zipper is stuck. Tell him about the thingamajig, said Nina. The what? Mr. Stickler asked. You know, said Paul. The what's it? The doodad, said Caroline. The whatchamacallit, said Joey. My students are right, said Miss Toggle. The thingamajig is missing from my zipper. The principal frowned again. Miss Toggle, he said, in my job, I have learned that if you want to get out of a tight spot, you must follow the rules. Pay attention, children, he said. Make 2 straight lines. One line, pull on the right arm. The other line, pull on the collar. I shall pull on Miss Toggle's feet. We tried that, said Joey. Pulling doesn't work, Nina agreed. Did you make straight lines? Asked Mr. Stickler. That's the rule. Stay in straight lines. Now get ready. Get set. Pull. The children and Miss Schott pulled in one direction. Mr. Stickler pulled in the other direction. Miss Toggle tried to make herself small and wiggly, but with thuds, bumps, bangs, and a kerplop, they all ended up on the floor once more. Miss Toggle's collar was as far as her nose, but no farther than that. Mr. Stickler said, enough of this. We don't want holes in the school floor just because of Miss Toggle's zipper. I'm calling the custodian. I'm afraid he'll have to cut the coat off. No, yelled the children, and Miss Toggle cried, never. Remember, it's her new coat. She just got it for Christmas, and it's a beautiful, poofy fuchsia coat. The custodian, Mr. Abel, arrived wearing his big work apron. Tools bulged in every pocket. He looked at Miss Toggle in her coat. Is the building too cold for you? He asked kindly. Maybe the thermostat's off. I'll go check. Wait, said Mr. Stickler. See, said Caroline, Miss Toggle can't get her coat off because the zipper's stuck. Yes, the principal said, and there's a problem with the thingamajig. Mr. Abel listened carefully. He said, I can see the pull tab is gone. The what? Said the children and Miss Toggle and the nurse and the principal all together. I said the pull tab is gone. Don't worry. I've seen worse. So think about it. Mr. Walker could help us with this, right? Mr. Abel pulled a pair of needle-nose pliers out of one huge apron pocket. He used the pliers to loosen the grip of the zipper's metal teeth on the shiny, fuchsia-colored lining of Miss Toggle's coat. Gently, with his large fingers, Mr. Abel eased the lining away from the teeth. Then he slid the zipper down, down, down. It opened completely. Mr. Abel helped Miss Toggle off with her coat. A happy smile spread over Miss Toggle's face. Miss Schott and Mr. Stickler and the children cheered. Woo! You should get a new pull tab for that zipper before you zip it up again, said the custodian. I surely will, Mr. Abel, said Miss Toggle. I am forever grateful to you. The principal went back to important matters. Miss Schott rushed off to check a child for chicken pox. Miss Toggle and the children traipsed back to their room to tackle the times tables. So traipsed is just a fancy way for saying they walked back. Mr. Abel pulled a small pad from his huge apron pocket and wrote himself a reminder. Remember to look up thingamajig in the dictionary. The end. So I want you to think about the different names that were used in the story. So Miss Schott, even though it was spelt differently, she was a nurse, and sometimes nurses give shots, not school nurses usually. But then Mr. Stickler, he was the principal. He was the stickler for the rules. Mr. Abel, he was able to do things, and he is the custodian. And then Miss Toggle, a lot of times this might be called a toggle or a zipper or a thingamajig or a whatchamacallit, and she had a problem with her zipper. So the story tried to use those last names of the adults in the story to give you a clue about what those adults' functions were in the story. So I hope you enjoyed the story, and I can't wait to hopefully see you guys tomorrow on Thursday. Hopefully it'll be warmer and the roads will all be better, and I will see you guys tomorrow.